What's up guys, Aaron Bell back here again with AGB Cars with another new video on the AGB Cars channel. Today we are previewing the 2015 Malaysian Formula 1 Grand Prix, which of course promises to be very good and will take place on the 29th of March 2015, which just happens to be 1 week from today, being the 22nd of March. So a few things to really look forward to in the Malaysian Grand Prix. It's always it's always an exciting race, and of course it's the first proper racetrack that we go to on the calendar, as of course Albert Park in Melbourne is a street circuit basically, which the track is only seasonal. It's only made up for the race, like Monte Carlo for example, and taken down then and it's street roads again. So Malaysia normally sees a bit of a different order to Australia in the fact that it's an actual racetrack, so some cars will be slightly better or slightly worse than others, depending of course on the car themselves. So the most exciting thing I suppose we can look forward to is rain, because Malaysia is known for its monsoon conditions, as every year we head to Malaysia in monsoon season, so there's always a high possibility of having a wet race and wet qualifying alike. So this year is no different. There is thunderstorms forecast Friday, Saturday and Sunday, so we have to get rain somewhere in there. And to be honest, I'm kind of hoping for a wet race, as it's the only chance really anyone has of getting anywhere near Mercedes, as they're just so far ahead. So really want kind of a wet race. Because remember of course races like 2009 where the race had to be stopped because of the monsoon, and then again in 2012 when Sergio Perez almost won the race in the Sauber. He was chasing down Alonso, of course, in the final laps when he went slightly wide near the end of the lap. So, it's always an exciting race when it's raining there, and so hopefully it will be wet this weekend as well. Another thing to look forward to is we'll see some cars on the track, because in Australia we didn't see too many of them at all. The race only finished with 11 cars left running, only started with 15, so hopefully we'll be back up to the full 20 for the start of this Grand Prix, and hopefully it will finish with a number quite near to that as well. Looking at the order, I'm certainly expecting Mercedes domination once again here in Malaysia. It doesn't really matter what track we go to for Mercedes, as they're just so good. The package of the aero and the engine is just so strong that they can win it at every track. So certainly expecting a Mercedes 1-2. Not sure the order. I put my money on Hamilton, but then again I may be wrong. Yes, that's that. Then we'll also see the 2015 debut of Fernando Alonso, as of course he was injured in a pre-season test at Barcelona, so he was advised not to race in the Australian Grand Prix, but hopefully he will be back fighting fit for the Malaysian Grand Prix. Of course he's driving for McLaren now, and I suppose in some ways he wouldn't really mind staying away for another little while, as the car is so bad. But of course, he is a racer, so he will be eagerly awaiting his chance to return to Formula 1, partnering Jenson Button and taking his seat back from Kevin Magnussen. But he does only have 3 engines, remember, as Magnussen's engine last week blew up on the way to the grid on Sunday. So that is one of Alonso's engines gone, which means there's only 3 left for the remaining 18 races now that Germany's gone. So there's only 18 left now, but that's 6 6 races per engine, which probably will not, which probably won't work. Like he'll probably have to use some extras and then get some penalties for that. Then Valtteri Bottas as well is also making his 2015 debut, as he had a back injury in qualifying of the Australian Grand Prix and was ruled out of the race on medical conditions. So we'll see him back in the Williams partnering Massa, and hopefully the Williams will continue their strong form along with Ferrari and hopefully be able to get near Mercedes. Then Manor as well are also making their debut. Of course, they were at the Australian Grand Prix, although they did no running whatsoever as they were plagued by software issues. So hopefully we'll have them fixed and they will be able to head out on the track with their drivers of Will Stevens and Roberto Merhi. So it'll also be quite close, I think, between Manor and McLaren if both are reliable, because McLaren are so far off the pace, and Manor probably, like the Manor team probably won't be much better, but I can't see it being any worse than the McLaren. So we might have a good race between them. And then there's also the question of, will McLaren get any points, as Jenson Button was the only finisher for them last week, and he finished 11th, the last of the finishers, and was one place outside the points. So hopefully we'll see both McLaren and Manor scoring quite well. And of course it is a chance for Manor as well in the area. If they are reliable in any way, they have a chance of getting some points if the other teams don't finish from either reliability or crashes or not putting on their wheel nuts correctly, like Ferrari. So like it is a chance for them to get points early on in the season. And then another rivalry we can look forward to is Williams and Ferrari, who Ferrari kind of showed last week that they have sort of more pace, but it will be close. And Pat Symonds said that he expects the Williams to be much more competitive at Malaysia, as it is a purpose-built racetrack. So hopefully we'll see a good clean race between Williams and Ferrari, as well as everyone else. Of course, like Sauber have an excellent car this year in comparison to last year, so Sauber will be up there as well, with fighting with Red Bull, and then Force India kind of trailing in there behind, and Toro Rosso as well. So looking to be a very exciting race as always in Malaysia. I'm going to predict my top 3 as Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg, of course, in that order. I do believe Lewis Hamilton will have the upper edge on Rosberg, as he often does. And then for third place, which is effectively a race win now for everyone else, as they don't have a chance of being in the first 2 unless Mercedes have reliability issues, I'm going to tip Felipe Massa for that third place, as I think the Williams might just edge out Ferrari this weekend, and I really hope that Massa is able to kind of have a clean race for once, as I can't think of the last time he has had a clean race, because of course last week Williams brought him in too early and he was out behind Ricciardo and lost the advantage of the new tyres, which gifted Sebastian Vettel the podium. So hopefully Massa can get a podium this weekend and will set him up for a good season with Williams. Yeah, so that's all. Thank you for listening to this video. I'll be back very soon with more. Until then, you can subscribe to the channel to stay up to date. Like this video if you found it in any way good. Comment and let me know what you think is going to happen at the Malaysian Grand Prix. And of course, follow me on Twitter. The link will be down in the description below. Thank you very much, and until next time, goodbye.